Hey folks, today we're going to look at dispatch and how you can potentially run into issues. So what this dispatching mechanism is if you look at the docs say basically if there's a package, for example, dbt utils, and there is a macro in it, for example, concat, and you define a search order like this, what dbt is going to do is dbt is going to search through this, this, and then this, right? So it's going to go through in sequence. It's going to find any um, macro called concat, and it's going to replace the concat that is within dbt utils with anything else in a higher order, right? So for example, if you had the concat macro in your my project package, then it is going to get concat from here instead of going to dbt utils, because dbt utils is in the last order over here. So let's see how we can run into a problem just using kind of two different packages. So here I've got dbt utils 1.0 and I've got project evaluator, kind of old one. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install packages from scratch. So we are in a clean state. Okay. And here I've got a coffee types model, pretty straightforward, nothing super special about that one. And here I've got dbt utils get column values with two arguments, right? So if you look at the get column values macro from dbt utils, we can see that it accepts multiple arguments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we've only passed in the two macros. We're going to get stuff from the coffee types model, get the column, and then we're going to create some sort of union out of the data. So if I did a dbt build and we look at our drinks model, we can see that, okay, stuff works as expected. dbt utils worked. It went and got the stuff back and we built our model. Okay, so as you can tell, the packages is kind of old. And there's, you found some documentation that says, oh, there's an upgrade in the package and we kind of want to use the new stuff. So for example, Project Evaluator's latest version is 0.12.2. So you say, okay, that looks good. I'm going to give this a try, right? Because there's some new features or functionality that we want from it. So I'm going to reinstall my dapps in order to get utils 0.12. Okay, so we can see here we installed utils 0.12. This was the earlier one where we're installing 0.5. And then all of a sudden, really, I didn't do anything to it. I'm getting an error that says, the macro get column values only takes one argument, which is, of course, pretty interesting, right? Essentially, we've not changed our model code at all, but we are running into an error. Now, let's see why that is the case. If we look at the dispatching, what I said before at the start is that because I've defined it like so, what's going to happen is if we go to dbt utils get column values, then dbt is searching through this order, right? And it turns out that the dbt project evaluator package for version 12 comes with its own get column values, and unsurprisingly, it only takes in one argument here, which is why the error we see, it says takes in not more than one argument, right? So because we have defined a search order like this, and we have dispatched the dbt utils namespace into this type of search order, what's happening is this macro no longer comes from dbt utils, which still has 6 arguments, but rather it comes from the project evaluator, which only accepts one argument. So sometimes, the fix is quite easy and straightforward. For example, this was an example, right? So I really didn't need this to happen. So I'm just going to remove the dispatch and then everything works as expected. Of course, this is not so easy. Sometimes if you have dispatched things a certain way, that's probably because of reasons that you would only know that's specific to your project. So sometimes the fix is not easy. You're going to have to do quite a bit of work to figure out what's the right way to fix the dispatching, and which macros are in which packages and so on. Thank you.